see who we can get to come on here today and say hi. Won't be on very long probably, but just figured we'd see who wants to say hi and just gab a little bit. Figured I'd be out in the party tent today. My plant's attacking me here. Come on in and say hi, guys. Had to come out and open up the party tent and let it air out a little bit. Had some storms around here, so everything's a little bit wet. Let Kevin run around out there for a while. Say hi, guys. If you come in, say hi. Thumbs up. We're out in the party tent today, so just letting it air out good here. Miss Hash Brown, hello, darling. Good to see ya. Out here drying out the party tent. We've had some storms, so a little bit damp out here today. So just had to open everything up and just letting it air out and dry out good. So yeah, just wanted to see how everybody was doing. I am doing wonderful, thank you. How have you been? I haven't been on your live for a few days. How's the weather where you're at? Yeah, we've been getting a lot of rain. We had rain last night and early this morning. We're supposed to be clear today until about 9 o'clock this evening, I think. Then we're going to get some rain again, so. Hey, I'd rather have the rain than snow any day. I am not a snow girl. I will take rain any day. See 6 people watching, guys. Come in, say hi. Thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to. We're just sitting here gabbing for right now. Airing out the party tent. So, should say party tent round 2, huh? Since the first one got destroyed. Hubby seen how upset I was over it, so he made sure I got party tent number 2 set up pretty quickly. So any big plans this weekend? Do you have another concert to go to? How did you survive that last concert you went to? I think the last time we talked, you had gone to a concert the night before and you were going to another one that night, but you had a pretty good hangover. So how'd you do with that second one? I'm done partying. Took me like 4 days to recover. Oh yeah, I would imagine you had it. You had it pretty. You were hit pretty hard that morning when I talked to you last. Yeah, or that day when I talked to you. Yeah, I haven't. I'm not a big one on partying anymore. I'm getting too old for that stuff. I like nice, calm, and quiet. That's about how my days go. That's why I asked my husband why in the world he calls this the party tent, because the partying aspect of our life is pretty much over with. Uh, we like little quiet things, but nothing. We haven't done anything to really get you up and wound up for quite a long time. I think it's been about probably 4 years, 5 years, something like that. Yeah. And I think the last one we went to, a buddy of his had a big shindig out at his place, and they're all a bunch of bikers, and they had a live band and all that kind of stuff. So we went out for a while, took the motorcycle out. And that's always fun when you get a bunch of old bikers together, and yeah, we're all kind of on our last legs, so to speak. But they're still good people to be around. Hello, Sister Krishna. How are you, darling? I am doing very well. Thank you very much. Thank you. Glad to see you come in and say hi. We're just saying, my party days are kind of slim to none anymore. I am 55 and a half years old, over 55 and a half. I'll be 56 the end of July, and my party days are just slim to none anymore. Yeah. So, but I don't know, at the rate they're talking, all those bikers that we last partied with may end up having another get together this summer sometime. They usually do it the end of summer, beginning of fall, so it's not overly warm. But get a bunch of old bikers and their old ladies, as they refer to them, together. Makes for a good time. Usually get a live band out there, a band somebody knows, so they play some pretty decent music and get a bunch of people drinking and having a good time and stuff. Get some pretty silly people out there sometimes. I think the last one we went to, my youngest daughter went with us, and I don't think she quite knew how to act with all those bikers and everything. But the one thing I found out about bikers is they are very protective, very, very protective with their women and children. Well, anybody's woman and children. They are very protective, and it's kind of a unspoken code with them. Is yeah, you take care of and protect the women and children. That's a pretty big thing with them. Let's see, Erlang. You from Mother? Whose mother? Am I from Mother? Whose mother? Thank you for coming in, though. Make sure you thumbs up. I've got my buy a coffee thing set up now, guys. If you want to go over there and buy me a coffee, that would be awesome. I found these cute little cups at the Dollar Tree this morning. I just thought they'd look cute in my party tent in here. So yeah. How do you guys? I just seen a pop up. I'm not sure how in the world you do that. These question and answer things. I don't know what those are all about. Hello, Miss Hilda. How are you, darling? Thank you for coming in. We're just out here in the party tent. You're from Indonesia. Well, thank you for coming in. Welcome in. Welcome in. It's good to have you. We're just sitting here kind of gabbing a little bit. How are you doing today? I am doing well today. Thank you very much. I am doing very well. Miss Bev, thank you for coming in, darling. How are you? Good to have you in here. So, yeah, we're just out here in the party tent today and had to open it up good and letting it air out. We had some storms, so yeah, we're just letting everything dry up good. So, party tent number 2, round 2 here. This one seemed a little bit more sturdy this time than the last one. Yes, I am doing very well. Oh, my beautiful Mary. Thank you for coming in, love. How are you doing today, darling? Demetrius, hello, how are you? Good to have you in here. Good to have you in here. Miss Mary, you see I am in the party tent today. I am sitting out here just having a good time and thought I'd talk to you guys a little while everything airs out and dries up good. Me and hubby's gonna grill out tonight for supper and figured we'd have some supper out here tonight. So I figured it's a good time to get everything dried out good. That way he's not sitting on a wet seat. I'm well, sweetheart. Missed you. Was thinking of you on my way home. Yeah, I've just been a little bit busy the last couple days. I've missed you too, terribly. I've missed a lot of my girls. We've just been trying to get a lot of things with springtime coming up. I've been doing a lot of springtime cleaning, and so that's taking a lot of time. And of course, you know, trying to keep the party tent safe from all these storms and stuff. Yeah. So, anybody got anything big planned this weekend? I know Monday is Easter Sunday. Or Sunday is Easter, right? Yeah. I've got my days mixed up. Of course, they have Easter Monday now, too. I don't know what that's all about, but yeah. Maybe because it's on Sunday, they give everybody an extra day. Of course, hubby don't take an extra day off work. It's hard to get him to take a day off work for anything. But yeah, we're probably going to go over to my daughter's, to her new place for dinner Sunday, for Easter Sunday. So Miri is ready for party tent with 7 husbands. Yep, I am trying desperately to get my girls here, I'll tell you. I would love to have all my girls here. Kevin's just hiding under the chair over here, trying to avoid the sun a little bit. It's not even that hot out today. I think it's about 70 degrees right now, something like that. But we got a pretty decent breeze out here, so it's nice. Of course, I planted roses, and I'm not a big fan of roses, so I don't know why I planted roses. But I seen these, they're supposed to be like these multicolored roses. And so I thought I'd start some of those and plant them from seeds. And of course, the last storm we had, I forgot to take them in, and the rain came down on them pretty hard and kind of washed them all out. So, you know, what do you do? So those are pretty much done. I'm going to catch up. Okay. Closed schools today. Why'd they close the schools? I am doing wonderful, love. I am missing you guys, and I will be back on here shortly. I promise. I will catch up with you guys. You know, like I said, I've been doing some spring cleaning and stuff like that, so that's kind of taken a little bit of time. And I've been up in my craft room, but I've been trying to focus a little bit more on what I'm doing up there. Instead of videoing stuff and things like that, because that kind of distracts me a little bit, and I've messed up several times the last while, and I actually have people that are ordering stuff, and Mary, you're gonna have to let me know with what we talked about, if I need to send that to somebody, or how we're gonna go about this, so you can get that cutting board. But yeah, I've been trying to focus on that and get some of these orders filled without messing them up. So, and then I had somebody say something to me about a chess set. I've been working on a chess set for a while, and I kind of set it aside. Because my husband said, oh, nobody around here is going to play chess. And then I had a lot of people saying that they would be interested in a chess set. So kind of started that all over again. So I want to finish that one up. I have another set of the chess pieces to make yet, and then the final coating on the bottom of the chess set itself. I am from Ohio. Where are you from? Okay, I'll wait for you to send me that, and you just let me know when you want me to send that to that person, so we can get that to you, because I definitely want you to have that. Vikram, that's a did I pronounce that right? Vikram? That's a pretty awesome name. It's different. Where are you from? It's good to have you in here, though. Like I said, guys, I got my buy me a coffee thing set up. You know, if you're interested in that, you can go over to my YouTube channel and hit me up on that. That would be awesome. Or just like and subscribe on here. I'm good with that too. So, yeah, Mary, you said they closed the schools down today. Was there something going on, or just what was the reason for it? Send those 7 husbands. Mary, darling, we got to start you with one. We've got to start you with one. There you go. I'll give you guys something to talk about. If you guys have pets, do you talk to them like you do your people? I do mine. Me and Kevin have conversations all the time, and he talks back to me. He really does. He is quite vocal sometimes. Whenever he is hungry, he will let you know. He will talk to you about it, and especially when it's bedtime, he will definitely let you know when it is bedtime. And if you do not, we tell him it's not, we're not ready to go to bed yet. And so he'll kind of sit there and act like he's all depressed and everything, and eventually he'll get tired of us waiting on us to go to bed, and then he'll kind of get up in your face, and and they get like right here, right up in your face. They have no concept of personal space at all. And he will grumble at you and paw at you and everything else until you get up and go to bed. So it's literally like being a child all over again, because you have somebody else that thinks they run the house telling you when it's bedtime. Hello, Miss Wonga Lady. How are you, darling? Thank you for coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And look who I've got here. Little Kevin. You want to say hi? Are you going to say hi? No? You going to go say hi? Tell everybody hi? Oh, yeah. Thank you for coming in, Bev. And Wonga Lady and Mary and Miss Hash Brown. Love having you guys all here. It's so awesome. Kevin loves ever since we put this new furniture out here. Because we used to just have chairs out here, and he'd have to decide whether he wanted to sit on Mommy's lap or Daddy's lap, and he wasn't very comfortable. And now he can just climb up here and stretch out on the couch and get all comfy, so he likes this. So, Miss Mary said hi. He lifted his head up like, yeah, okay, whatever, and laid it back down. Oh my goodness, he's not feeling well today. He's a little down today. We made homemade ham and bean soup last night with cornbread, and so he got the ham bone, and we figured he'd just gnaw on it a little bit, and then leave it lay, but no, he devoured the entire thing, and I think he overfilled his belly, and so he is not feeling the best today. Yeah, so Mama's just kind of keeping an eye on him today and letting him rest. I have puppy medicine. It's a natural oil that's good for their bellies whenever they get belly aches and stuff. So I put some of that on his belly for him and put it on his paws, because that's the quickest way for them to get it into their system. And it's really good. It helps their bellies settle a little bit quicker. So he doesn't like when I do it. It's not the I like this. I still smell it. Even after washing my hands, I still smell it. But I like the smell of it myself. But he's not real fond of whenever I put those natural oils on him. So whenever he was quite little, when we first got him, he was a black dog. He was black. He was only about this big. He was just a little tiny guy. And he was black and had just a tiny bit of tan on his fur. And he got a little bit older, probably about 6, 8 months, and needed his first haircut. He was pretty shaggy. So we took him and got his first haircut and realized that underneath all of that black fur, we then had a silver dog. And we found out, unfortunately, that if you have a Yorkie and their fur is silver, that it can, I don't know if they call it a genetic disorder or what it is, because a lot of them will lose the black, but they'll have more of the tan color fur. And his was pure silver. He almost glowed whenever he would be in the light. He would literally glow. And so I found out that they tend to not live as long, which of course broke my heart. And I was talking to a friend of mine, and we really got into, she was the one that really helped me understand what a lot of the natural oils and stuff like that do. And we have one particular company around here that we mainly get our stuff from because they're a pretty reputable company with being pure. And so she told me to use frankincense oil on him and put it on his paws every day. And frankincense oil can literally fix any, what do I want to say, boo-boos in your DNA. If your system, now don't take this as I'm saying go out and buy frankincense and it's gonna cure everything. I don't want to come across like that, but they do say that it will fix things in your DNA. If you have something in your family that you are more susceptible to certain kinds of illnesses or diseases or something like that, it can literally fix that. And so I was religiously putting the frankincense on his paws, probably 3 to 4 times a week, and we slowly started noticing that his fur started turning back to the tan and black. He started losing a lot of the silver color. So it was literally fixing what was going on with him that was causing that. And so yeah, now we have a tan puppy with he has a little bit of black around on his back there and around his neck, but the rest of his fur turned tan instead of the silver, which made me feel considerably better. So every once in a while I will still put the frankincense on his paws, just to kind of keep up with some things and keep him safe. But yeah, I try to use some of the more natural oils for a lot of things. Different oils, of course, do different things. And they say if you're ever in question about which oil to use, use frankincense, because that pretty much covers everything. So, yeah. So we do keep frankincense around here quite a bit, which I love. I'm like obsessed with the smell of frankincense anyhow, so that's a good thing. That is like such a beautiful smell. So, but it helps the puppy dog. Huh. Yeah. A lot of the oils that they sell, you got to be very careful though, because a lot of the oils that they sell in stores and different things like that, they can claim that they're pure, but they literally only have to have, I think they said 10% of the actual oil in it and all the rest of it can be all their toxic stuff, additives and everything like that that they want to put in it. And nope, this way. Nope, Kevin, this way. There you go. Sorry, guys. Oh, hello, Miss TT. How are you, darling? Thanks for coming in. Yes, pets do need a lot of attention. Especially, you know, when you get to our age, we used to laugh at people that had pets and they treated them like little kids and, you know, different things like that. But we understand it now that we're older and we have Kevin and we have no children at home. He kind of gives you that like you have a kid at home, you know, he becomes like your child. So he's out there yelling at all the vehicles going by right now. Hello, Miss Ola Jo. Thank you for coming in, love. How are you, darling? It's good to have you here. It's good to have you guys here. We're just sitting here gabbing about stuff. Yeah. So we're just, like I told him, we're just out in the party tent today and letting it all air out. And we're going to have supper out here tonight. So I figured it's a good time to dry everything up. Some of the seats were a little bit damp from the storm we had. Kind of drying everything up, and don't want hubby to have to get his behind wet sitting on a wet cushion. So Miss B.O.K. would love my fancy little cups I got from the Dollar Tree. So had to go there this morning. About to do some chores and play games in between as my break. There you go. There you go. I'm usually one of those that when I start on chores, I have to keep going. Or it's not going to get finished. I have to push myself. Or it's just going to kind of sit there until the next day. And then that leaves me with even more chores to do the next day. So I really have to. I get tired a lot easier. So yeah, I do tend to have to push myself to finish things up. But that's what I was saying earlier about being up in my craft room. I haven't really videoed a whole lot of it because there's orders, things that people have ordered that I am literally, Mary, you're my heart, darling. I love you, girl. But yeah, there's things up in my craft room, orders that I am trying to finish up, so I can get them sent out to people. I know I have a dominoes set. All the dominoes are finished, but I have to finish the box, and that's for Red's Room TV. He wants a dominoes set, so he wanted it kind of made specifically for him, so I had to do that. I can't really tell you guys a whole lot of details because I'm gonna wait till he gets them and he can go on his live and open that up and see those and share that with you guys. And then Miss Annaboo also said that she wants a set of dominoes, and so I have to start working on those. And then I have a chess set that I need to finish up. But then I'm going to kind of put all that aside unless I get another something that somebody orders. I am going to kind of set everything aside for probably about a week, because I know you guys that's been on my lives before, have heard me talk about the amount of earrings and different things like that that I have laying there, and they are still laying there. So I desperately do have to get those finished up, just if anything, just to get them out of the way. I kind of found out the hard way that jewelry is not really my thing. So I don't know how much actually of the jewelry after those that I'm actually going to make, unless they start selling good. Then I may change my mind. I don't know. Anastasia, how are you, darling? Thank you for coming in. Thank you. How are you today, honey? Did you have a good day? I know it's evening on your side, I know. It's probably dark over there by now. I can't really see on my phone what time it is. 2:03. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. What is it? 10, 11 o'clock over there where you're at? No, it wouldn't be that late, would it? Mary, what time is it where you're at, honey? Yes, it's 9:53 p.m. Okay. Okay. Nacha, my love. How are you, darling? Thank you for coming in. 7 minutes to 10. Yeah. I kind of figured, because I thought you guys were like between 7 and 8 hours ahead of me. So yeah, I kind of thought it had to have been that late over there. I am doing well, love. I am doing very well. How was your day today? Does anybody have anything planned for Easter Sunday this weekend? We're going to go over and have dinner with my youngest daughter at her new place. She's all excited about being able to have family over now that she's in a house big enough to fit people in there. A lot of the places that she's lived before were always a little bit on the small side to try to fit people in there. YouTube police, hello, darling. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. How? No plans. We Easter just chop chop. That's a Sunday. You don't take it easy and rest on Sunday? Sunday's about really the only day that me and my husband get to just kind of chill and relax and not really work. We have one day that we get that out of the week. So usually even Saturdays he usually only works half a day. That glass at the Dollar Tree was $1.50. I got one for me and one for hubby. It was $1.50. I thought they were absolutely adorable and thought they were awesome to have in the party tent. So I had to get a couple of them. They got all kinds of different ones. I was actually going to get one that was probably about that tall and kind of like this, but it had a lot, the stem was a lot longer and it had a straw with it and everything. But I thought, that's for kids. So days a week you're only off on Sunday. Yeah. I'm going to Easter service. And then come back home. Yep. Beautiful glass. Thank you. I love the Dollar Tree. Had to get a couple things for my hubby There's a cleaner that they use, that they sell down there, that he needed. He uses a lot on parts and stuff like that for the guitars. Whenever he gets a guitar in and has to clean it up and everything. People bring some guitars in, and man, are they dirty. Looks like they took them down out of the cellar or brought them up from the basement, something. I don't understand how they let them get so dirty. We have, like some of you know, we have probably over 40 guitars, you know, between bass guitars, acoustic guitars, electric guitars, all that. And ours we never let ours get dirty like that. You have to take care of them. But we have people that bring stuff in, and it is scary how dirty these things are. I don't know how they let them get that way. But anyhow, he needed some of the cleaner. He's used up quite a bit of it, and so he needed some more. And of course, I had to browse around in all the Easter stuff that they had down there, and I found those cups. So, Mary, I have remembered that, and this is our work as daughters. Yeah, if I would have got that one that was that big, yeah, I would have had to have somebody hold it for me. Definitely. Yeah. But no, honey, these are they're plastic. So, yeah, they're not very fragile. So, but that's the Dollar Tree for you. A lot of their stuff is plastic. You can get glass stuff, but yeah. Nate it's taller than me. Oh my goodness. I keep my guitar in a case and don't hang it up on the wall or anything. Yeah, we have cases for most of our guitars. Of course, you know, we have them hanging on the wall and on tree stands in the house here and stuff. But we have quite a few of them up in my craft room now because we have so many of them. We ran out of room in here, so we had to start putting them up there. Mary, let's wear heels when washing that glass when Mama gets. I am gonna have to get a couple of those big tall glasses just so you guys can see just how big they really are. I about laughed whenever I seen it this morning. I'm like, oh, my husband would have a fit if I would be sitting there and he'd come out and I'd have a glass that tall. Yeah. It would take me one of those and I'd be wiped out for the rest of the night. Yep, you gotta wear heels. Gotta wear heels. I'll get you guys a little step stool. How about that? See if that helps you out. Get you a little ladder. Which reminds me, I need to get myself a new little step stool ladder thing. Ours kind of, whenever we were putting up party tent number 2, when I was doing the decorations and stuff, I stepped on it, and I'm telling myself it's because it was old, but it kind of started to buckle on me, and I was like, I didn't want to say that it was because I was too heavy for it. It should be able to hold a lot more weight than what I have on me. So I'm trying to be kind to myself, that it wasn't me, it was just because it was old and wore out. That's why it buckled. So, yeah, we got a pretty good wind around here today. So Kevin's kind of watching leaves and stuff like that fly through the yard right now. He thinks something's out to get him. Mary, poor me, I don't know how to wear and come help me. Yeah, my darling, I do not wear heels anymore either. I used to be obsessed with heels. I used to wear the big 4-inch heels where it looked like you were tiptoeing everywhere you went. Um, but yeah, my back and legs can't do the heels very much anymore. My brother in love has a bigger wine glass, can't hold with one hand. I don't understand. Why should I stress myself? Oh my goodness. Get one from 5 and below or Amazon. Well, you never know. Whenever I mail out the cutting board for you to get, you might just have a glass in there with it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Need I ask you to learn? Soon we have a dinner date. Don't come here. Oh, goodness. Red Limits. Hi, how are you? Thank you for coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It says I have 0 people watching right now, and I'm talking to several of you, so I don't get that. I don't, whatever. I don't understand that one, but okay. Let me start this training of wearing heels before I embarrass you. Oh my goodness. Oh. I told a lot of you know Goga, Yoga with Goga. I told him that I have red-soled shoes. We were talking about red-soled shoes the other night. And they were talking about the cost of them, and I told him, well, when you can't afford to buy red-soled shoes, spray paint does wonders. You just have to fake it till you make it, right? So yeah. So I don't know. I think even if I would become wealthy, sorry about Kevin, guys. He's going crazy over a semi truck going by, and he's got himself stuck on the stone out here. But yeah, he's not a big fan of semi trucks. But heels adds confidence. Well, I think I'm confident enough without heels, so I think I'm okay. Yeah. I'm okay with maybe that in a heel, but not like the 4-inch heels. Yeah, can't do it. Mirror, yes, I'll walk like a newly born calf with heels. Yep. I can still walk okay with them. It's just my back and my knees and hips and everything else will be hurting within probably 20 to 30 minutes after I put them on. So, yeah, we just don't agree anymore. And when I was in high school, I used to, I basically lived in high heels because of some of the training that I had for different jobs and stuff like that. You kind of had to wear the nice office clothes. And when I was in high school, I did secretarial training, so you had to learn how to write in what do they call that, shorthand, where it looks like just all the little squiggles and they actually mean something. So I did that training, and of course you had to wear nice little suits and shoes and all that kind of stuff. So I basically lived in heels back then. Uh, and then I got out of school and got married and started having babies, and the need to wear heels just kind of went downhill, and I'm just not used to wearing them anymore. I love heels, especially when everyone is seated and you be the last to arrive. You go, girl. Mary, you go, girl. You know how to work it, don't you? Now, of course, a lot of the, I have a couple pair of boots that I wear. They are, well, one of the pair of boots, one pair of boots is flat. And then I have a red pair of boots that just has the, I think, 2-inch heel on it. But they are thigh high. You know, they come up to the thighs. And I have a pair of black cowgirl boots, and they also come up above the knee. Those just have a little, you know, cowboy boots. You know, they don't have much of a heel on them. But yeah, I told Goga that if he ever has me on one of his lives, I am going to wear my red high heels, or my red sole boots, and that way he can see them. I have red high heel boots too. My red pair of boots has a heel on it, but it's just like the maybe 2-3 inch heel. You know, they're not real big. So, but those are thigh high. So, yeah, the skirt then has to be a little shorter too. But yeah, hubby picked those out for me. Those get worn for our date nights. Some of the places that we go, he rather likes those. And then the boots that come over the knee, they're black cowboy boots, and I love those too. And I like to wear those when we go out on the bike, if we're going somewhere. Those are nice to wear. So yeah. Mary, when did you started wearing heels? I don't do knee boots. My legs are big. Yeah. I don't think your legs are big. I think you are beautiful, exactly how you are. So, you started wearing heels at the age of 22, huh? Yeah, I was probably in my early teens whenever I first started wearing heels. But like I said, you know, a lot of that was school stuff, you know, classes that I was in and different things like that. I was at a career center, which is, we consider, a lot of us around here consider that far better than college. So for me, I have boots, but my legs suffocate when I do it. Yeah, they did. Boots, high boots get very, very warm. Yeah. Wow, Mary, so I am not late. Let me start practicing wearing heels. See, it's never too late to learn how to wear heels. They said the best way to learn how to wear heels is before you start with the shoes themselves, start walking around like up on your, like the ball of your foot, like you're almost like you're tiptoeing. And that'll build a lot of those muscles, the foot muscles and leg muscles. And they said then once you get those muscles built up, then it's a little bit easier whenever you start wearing the heels and stuff. So, but I do still wear, I wear the red ones once in a while. And you like heels too, Anastasia? Yeah. Yep. I don't, like I said, I don't mind the not so high. I can't do the 4-inch ones at all. But I'm okay with like 3 inches. And I'm not a big fan of the little tiny heels on things. I don't know. Me personally, I just don't care for them. So I started when I was a girl, but confidently in them was at 22. There you go. Yeah, it takes you a bit of practice. Yeah, it definitely takes you some practice. Yes, I have sandals. I don't want to suffocate my pretty feet. See? My daughter, she wears sandals. I think she's already started wearing sandals this time of year. And we're just going into spring. We still have some cooler weather right now. Our nighttimes still get pretty chilly yet. But I can guarantee she's already wearing sandals when she's not working. And she will literally wear sandals clear through until it's snowing outside. I've seen her walking outside and there's, an inch of snow and she's wanting to walk out the door with sandals on. Crazy kids. Give me 1 second, guys. There we go. There. Okay. I had to go get Kevin untangled. He had himself wrapped around the post. So, Amy, don't embarrass me. Oh, Amy Ias. Hello, it's good to have you in here. Thank you for coming in. We're just sitting here talking about high heels, wearing high heels. It's funny what us women put ourselves through sometimes. Yeah. They say beauty is pain. Beauty is nuts. I'm kind of at that age where, you take me as I am, because, I'm not going to kill myself just to impress somebody with something I'm wearing. I'm not. I'm at that age I dress more for comfort than looks. I've already impressed who I needed to impress, so I don't care anymore. I try to look nice for him, but he understands, because my I'm 55 and a half, and he's 13 years older than I am. So, he understands what dressing for comfort's all about. Yeah, so we don't overdo ourselves with how we dress. Once in a while, we'll get a little bit carried away, like I said, whenever we go out or something like that. But we don't overdo things, and we're not gonna expect each other to hurt just to look good for anything. So at least we aren't required to wear corsets and such anymore. Oh gosh, could you even imagine? And I've seen that there are actually women that are actually getting back into wearing corsets and stuff like that. Just so they have these waists like this. And the thing is, let's say I wore a slip and pantyhose for the wedding I just attended. Whoever invented pantyhose, I don't mind slips so much. But whoever invented pantyhose, it had to be a guy. That's all I can say. It had to be a guy that invented pantyhose because I just can't see women inventing things to torture ourselves like that. I really can't. The brawl was bad enough, but then you go and put, you expect us to wrap our legs up and stuff like that. I just don't get it. Yes, my husband is 68. Yes, and he is still going strong for his age. He tells people all the time he never figured he'd live to be 68. He never thought he'd live that long. His mom and dad both were in their early 60s when they passed. His brother that passed away was in his early 60s, I think, when he passed. So, being 68 is, he's doing good. He's doing good. But he was always very active in sports and things like that while he was growing up. And he never smoked, and he was never a heavy drinker. Even being in bands, playing out in bands and stuff like he did, he never smoked. He was never a smoker, and never, like I said, was never a heavy drinker or anything like that. So, he's in pretty decent shape for his age. So, now I told him that he has me, I made him younger. That's why he's still around. God gave him the job of taking care of and protecting me, so he's not allowed to go anywhere. So I told him, me and God's already worked that out. He's going to be here for a good long time. So, yeah. So happy to hear that he made it to that age and doing well. Yeah. We are very careful with, like I said, last year he ended up getting pneumonia last winter, and that was over a year ago, and we could have lost him, but I forced him to go to the hospital. You know how guys are. Sometimes guys are very stubborn with going to a doctor for anything. So, I told him, I was demanding that he go to the doctor. So he did. And we actually went to a outpatient type thing at first, and they said, he's bad enough that, there's nothing they could do for him, so they told him he had to go over to the hospital, and they admitted him immediately. So he was in there for a week. So this year we have been extremely, extremely careful with who he's around and stuff like that during the winter time. Yes, he's going to live to testify goodness of God in the land of the... Yeah, he is. He's going to be around for a good long time. Yeah. So, but we still kind of have the agreement that we have the agreement that I have to accept that he's going to go before I am, because I made him the promise whenever we got together. I made him the promise that he spent a lot of his life by himself, and that's in his eyes that was very lonely. That was very lonely. Give me a second. I need to put Kevin in so he can get a drink. Oh, heavens. Okay. Uh, so, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, he spent a lot of his time, a lot of his life by himself, holidays and everything. And he absolutely hated it. So I promised him, I made him the promise that he would never be alone again. So I had to agree with him going first to be able to keep my promise to him that he would never be alone or by himself again. So we had to accept that. But I told him it's got to be a good long time before that happens. So we've only had 6 years together, and that's not near long enough. So Bevan, Achea on training. Heel. You guys are going to start heel training, are you? Walk around on those tiptoes. Walk around on the balls of your feet. That way you can get those muscles built up. Wearing heels is like trying to skate somewhat. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I guess in a sense it could be like skating. You got to be very careful with your ankles. Your ankles go, and that hurts. What do I know about Indonesia? To be honest, the only thing I know about Indonesia is they have very good snacks. And the way I know that is me and my daughters do a yum box. And once a month we get snacks from different countries. And they send a box of them, and we usually do videos with that, so we're trying out the snacks and stuff. And if I do remember correctly, we did get one from Indonesia, and the snacks were very good in that box. So other than that, being honest with you, other than that, I know really nothing about Indonesia. Indonesia's just not one you hear a whole lot about. So, yeah, if you want to educate us a little bit, let us know a little bit about Indonesia, that would be awesome. Yes, Mama, trying my best with training. Yeah. We'll do a video, honey, and we'll both we'll both watch each other walking around on our, doing our tiptoe thing, building up those muscles. You can probably watch me fall, and, I'll stand there and watch you laugh. How about that? Is that good? Thank you. Yeah, if there's something you want to tell us or share about Indonesia, that's awesome. I have no problem with learning new things about new places. Trying to see what time it is. But you might have to catch me on my next live, because it is almost 3:30, and that's about the time I go up and spend a little bit of time with my hubby, and that's about a daily thing. I go up and spend about a half an hour with him, and we just sit and talk about what's going on with each other during our day, and have a coffee together, and then I come back home till he gets off work at 7 o'clock. So just kind of breaks up that middle time during the day. It's kind of like having your best friend, and you hate being away from your best friend. So after 6 years, that's still how we are. It's funny because I have friends of mine that whenever I'm visiting with them, and their husbands will call, and they're like, what do you want? And if Michael calls me, I'm like, hey, honey, how are you? And it's my best friend in the whole world, you know, so I'm always happy to hear from him. I'm always happy to see him and spend time together. Yeah. April 1st, let's see, is today the 2nd or the 3rd? Uh, 2nd. Today is the 2nd. Thank you, Nacha. I appreciate that, honey. Yes, like and subscribe. Like I was telling people in the beginning, I have my buy me a coffee thing set up now. So if you guys want to hit me up there, that's awesome. If not, like and subscribe. That's good enough too. So yeah, it's set on my YouTube channel there. Mr. Sailor is mine, and we still watch TV and play games together and travel together. See, it's awesome having that, isn't it? Having a best friend by you all the time, loving spending time with him. I never get tired of being around my husband. We always we have so many things in common that we just never. We always have something to talk about. We like we had like doing the same things, so we're always laughing. I don't know how many times I wake up. He'll wake me up at if he can't sleep, because of course, you know, some of us understand that as you get older, sleep is a precious commodity. It doesn't come very easily, or doesn't last very long. Uh, so there's times that we'll be up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and if he's awake and I'm not, sometimes he'll come in and uh, wake me up in the middle of the night just to get up and have a coffee or a tea with him. And usually him and Kevin come in together, and Kevin jumps on me and he says something to Kevin, and that's a good boy. Now, I told him not to go over there and wake you up, you know, but I'm hearing him in the background telling Kevin that's a good boy. Yeah. He just said, you know, tells me, oh, we missed you, so we thought maybe you'd come out here with us for a while. And we stay up for a little while, and then we go in and doze back up again. That seems to be, but, you know, there's so many times I wake up in the middle of the night, and I'm waking up laughing because of him and Kevin being goofy. You know, so it's pretty awesome life to live. I'm about to play a game with him after your live. Aw, what game are you guys gonna play? Now that I'm making chess sets, it'd be awesome to learn how to play chess, because I have no idea how to play chess. I can play checkers, I can play dominoes, so I do make those too, but yeah, I wouldn't have the first clue how to play chess. Do you guys like card games, Miss Ola Joe, or do you have other games that you guys like to play? Oh, Notch, I appreciate that, honey. I tell you what, my girls, I have about a handful of. Now I have a lot of people that I watch, but I have about a handful of what I call my girls, and those are my girls, and you guys are my heart. You really are. So I love every last one of you. The Last of Us Part 1 on PS5. See, PS5, I don't know nothing about that kind of stuff. We play spades when we have players. No, I like playing spades. I like card games. Um, my mom used to be big on playing euchre. I have no idea. Not a clue. All those years she tried to teach me how to play euchre. That was a big thing to them. They'd always get together and play that. I don't have a clue how to play that. Uno too. Yeah, Uno's awesome. Yeah, we used to play dominoes too and have a chess set. See, I can do checkers, and I can do dominoes, but yeah, I never learned how to play chess. Um, I wasn't actually going to do a chess set, but BOK was one of them that said, I'd love to see you do a chess set. So I thought, well, heck, why not? So I've got one set of the pieces made, and the little squares of the chessboard. So I have to put the final layer on the chessboard and make my second set of pieces. Um, and then that'll be finished. So, and then that will be my first chess set that I've gotten finished. But my oldest daughter wants me to do a chess set for her. She's seen one where the pieces are blue and clear, I think, are the chess pieces. And then the chess board is actually in half at a diagonal from corner to corner. And one side is blue and it has almost like waves in it. And then the other side is sand. It looks like it has sand. It has like seashells in it. So I thought that was so cool because she's all about the ocean. Miss Joy, hello, darling. How are you? Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. So, but yeah, that ocean-themed chess set may be one I might try next. I found out with my resin stuff I was getting way ahead of myself. I was trying too many different things at once, and they said you should just find a few things that you like and perfect those before you move on to another thing. So I'm trying to just pick a few little things that I like doing and try to perfect those a little bit and then move on from there. Much love to you too, Nacha. I love you dearly. I am doing well and pray you are well as well. I am doing wonderful. Thank you very much. I have been on here an hour and 18 minutes. So it is actually about time that I go up and visit hubby. So I am about to jump off of here. I know I said that a while ago already. But yeah, I am probably going to jump off of here and go up and spend a little bit of time with him and see how his day's going. And I might run upstairs quick and check on my chess set just to make sure everything's drying correctly. Didn't want one of them to fall over, heaven forbid, one of my pieces. So probably a good idea to go check on those. So I am probably going to go ahead and jump off of here, guys. And I truly appreciate every single one of you that has come on and said hi and gave me a thumbs up. And hopefully, anybody new in here that hasn't yet, go ahead and subscribe. I loved seeing BOK this morning. That was awesome. I know a lot of us have been missing her like crazy, so I'm glad she's doing well. So I will catch you guys later, and I just pray that you have a blessed rest of your day, wherever you're at in the daytime. And you guys take care. We'll talk to you guys later.